Mike Hamilton, Lithia Toyota. So we are in a crisis for new cars. This is my only new cars I have in stock, and that's actually up 50% than when we had the past 2 weeks before that. And the last car we had for 2 weeks was a Access Cab Tacoma 2-wheel drive, which isn't very popular where I live, but it did sell like everything else. But why I'm coming on here is if you're ultra looking for a specific vehicle, you might be SOL. So right now, as it sits, you see I only have 2 brand new vehicles on the lot for sale, and the average from a Toyota Insider right now is only 6 brand new vehicles on the lot. And that's not everybody's got 6. As you see, we have 2. That's this Toyota's got 0, this Toyota's got 0, this Toyota's got 0, this Toyota's got 2, this Toyota's got 4, this Toyota's got 50, but they got huge addendums and they're charging $10,000, $15,000 over sticker, and they're rewarding certain dealers for different reasons in different regions by the turn and everything. We are having the best turn in our district, and we're above the national average, and we still have no vehicles. We're selling almost everything we have prior to it arriving at the dealership. And if you're looking for something super ultra specific, especially like the new RAV4 Prime plug-in, you're going to have to wait a long time. Right now, the national average, every store has 4 to 6 years worth of customers wanting this vehicle. So that means there's years and years and years. They can't build enough. They can't get the hybrid batteries. They can't get the microprocessor chips. These are built in Japan. They're having huge issues in the Asian markets. They can't get their parts from China. China shut down. So there's huge things. And that includes all kinds of other vehicles coming out of Japan. And we're struggling really toughly here. But here's the things. I have some stuff written down. So be flexible on the models, trims, and colors. If you're very specific, you're probably not going to get your vehicle. And after about 60 days, your salesperson is going to give up on you. You're going to become called what we call in the industry as a cold customer. So you need to be all over your salesperson, make friends, keep texting, keep calling, keep sending emails, telling them that you're interested until you get your name on an allocated vehicle. And typically the stores right now are only doing sales in allocation or in transit vehicles to customers that live inside their own local market like we do. We're a very small market. We have maybe 20% of the normal vehicles, so we're only going to give these vehicles to the local customer in the in-transit. Once they hit the lot, they're for sale for anybody. But any mid-sized small store, maybe the large stores might take that, but they're going to have huge addendums. You're going to pay $10,000 over sticker. We have no addendums on these. These are just MSRP. Okay, and there's also some interest rate through Toyota in our district. So anyways, to being too specific, you'll be unlikely to get a vehicle, and it will take you months or even longer. And then your salesperson is probably going to drop you after about 60 days and sell a vehicle to somebody that's ready to take a vehicle that they could get them. So also, again, I've already discussed this, but the national average per dealership on Toyota is 6 vehicles on the lot at any given time, but that's not equal. That could mean like 10 stores have 0. One store has 2, another store has 50 because they're a larger high volume store. They also maybe, like, one of the things they're doing, if you did a remodel, then you get extra vehicles, and we did that in 2015. We got extra vehicles, but that's what it is. RAV4 Prime has 4 to 6 years of customers trying to buy them. That's North America wide. So you have to almost be on a lottery system to get one. And you have to really work heavily with your local store if they're a good store to work with. The next one, make a salesperson your friend. Be flexible and vigilant with staying in communication. Somewhere around 30 to 60 days, we're going to drop you if we don't hear from you. So, you know, if we don't have you on an allocated vehicle, we don't have you on an inbound vehicle, then we're going to push you out and start selling those vehicles, because there's plenty of new customers coming in everywhere. There's far more customers that want vehicles than there's vehicles to sell people. And also that leads to another thing. There's going to be no more test driving the vehicle you want to buy unless it's here. Okay, so you're going to buy a vehicle sight unseen, and you're going to contract on it, And if you're gonna do a test drive, you're gonna test drive something similar if it's available, like let's say we're in something pretty common like a Corolla or a Camry. Now we could put you in a 20 Corolla or a 1920 Camry, which is the same generation, so you can get a feel of the vehicle. But test driving the vehicle, I'm not buying a vehicle until I test drive. Well, you're not getting one, period. Okay, so if you don't want a vehicle, then just then stick there till you want your test drive. Unless you want one of the ones we have on the lot, these two. Then you can test drive them. But I would say 99.9% of the vehicles being sold are not getting a test drive, right? At the moment, you'll have to test drive something similar or nothing at all, especially if you're talking about a RAV4 Prime or the BZ4X or the new Corolla Cross, any of these new models that are just brand new. There's no used inventory out there. You're not going to have one to test drive, so you're going to have to buy stuff sight unseen and take a chance. Anyways, most dealerships in most states have it's not a binding contract till you drive home with a vehicle. So if it doesn't fit your needs, doesn't fit you right and stuff, and say, hey, it's rip up the contract. They'll have it sold that day more than likely, anyways. But get your test drive in once it arrives. Stores who have inventory, call and check to see if it's physically there. I have customers talking about driving 2 hours away. I said, did you call that? Make sure it's actually physically on the ground. Did you ask for what add-ons they have on the vehicle, what their addendums are, what they're charging? They're adding tint and door edge guards and security devices, and how much more they're charging above MSRP. They may not tell you all that stuff. Here in California, there's laws and DMVs goes against all that stuff, and you could get huge fines for not doing that. I don't think every state has that in what they're doing. So check those dealer addendums, check those dealer add-ons, and don't travel to a said dealership unless they're going to put the vehicle aside and reserve it for you, especially if it's not very close to you. Because it's all the time you get customers from where we live at. We're kind of isolated. We're kind of our own island. Customers travel a long ways away, 2, 3, 4 hours to get to us. And some of these people just come on a whim and find out we don't have a vehicle, and they're all upset. They should have made a phone call. They should have touched bases. They should have asked, is this vehicle physically here? I saw it on your website. What they saw is a stock picture of vehicles that are allocated to us, but most of those have already been sold or claimed. So anyways, again, this is Mike Hamilton. This is your market update. Watch this video over again. Share it with your friends, because this is our new way of doing business, and I would say this is going to stay like this at least till 2025, and hopefully not longer than that, but it's going to be a long ways until we get out of this and get back into something that's kind of a normal type of what we were used to in the past. Take care. You got to stop it there.